What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? So excited to be here. I am here chatting with the amazing Miss LeTonya Moore, Esquire. We're chatting about how to build more freedom in your business, more flexibility in your business by making sure it's structured properly. Before we jump into that, let me introduce myself and then I'm going to have LeTonya introduce herself as well. My name is Chanel. Coaches and experts hire me when they want to dominate on social media, and I do that with cash generating social media strategies so that one, your business structure is on point, but then what you're posting on social media translates into cash in your business. LaTonya, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to jump right into this juicy topic.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much, Chanel, for having me. Like Chanel mentioned, I'm LeTonya Moore. I'm an attorney by trade. I actually work with product-based businesses that are looking to take their products to the next level and actually put them more in front of a high-end exclusive market.
I love that. And you know why I love this so much is because generally speaking, like right now, like you hear a lot about like online space. You hear a lot about, the online market. But when I met LaTonya and I really understood like what she does from a retail standpoint and a product-based business standpoint, it's like a game changer because what you're doing and helping clients get into these big box stores and larger mainstream opportunities is tremendous. So let's chat about like one, like how does a business go about structuring themselves so that they can it leads to more freedom in the long term?
Yeah, one of the main principles that we teach is really being asset focused and really understanding how you need to structure your business from an asset standpoint. Look,
Mhm.
I don't have to tell the average person you need a business structure, you need a LLC, you need a corporation. I don't have to tell people that because everyone knows that, but the type of, let's say, C Corp, S Corp, LLC, really depends on your industry. It depends on what exactly you're doing, right? There's a lot of regulation around a lot of the brands, of course, that we work with. And as you know, Chanel, we work a lot in the health and beauty space. We work in the liquor space. We
Mhm.
work in the cannabis and CBD space. So we work with a lot of highly, highly regulated industries. But one of the things that's common across all product-based industries, whether you're in those industries or not, is the fact that your business structure needs to match the proper structure so that you can maximize on opportunities in the industry, but
Mhm.
also maximizing profits.
I love that because what I also heard you say is that it's not just about you and what is convenient for you at this time, but thinking about your business from a long-term standpoint so that as you are pitching your product, as you're pitching yourself, you can get eyeballs on your business based on how you're structured.
Absolutely. And you have to know, and one of the things that some people may not know or they haven't thought about is what's the long-term vision, right? So what do I mean by that? We talk to people all the time that they say, this is my retirement, right? I want
Mhm.
to I want to work this until I retire, and then I want to either turn it over to a family member. I want to continue to sort of, go in one day a week and kind of sort of run the company, right? But
Right.
remove myself
They
and
want to
have
be
somebody
free.
running it.
They want to be free.
They want to be free, right? Which is what this conference is about. But the other is a full-on exit strategy where they're like, I want to build this company into something so profitable that I can have enough money to take care of the rest of the generations in my
Mhm.
entire family. So there are lots of different things. But to your point, Chanel, these are things that you need to think about from the very beginning because your business structure is really so important when it comes down to that decision and that vision for your future.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I know, with you with a, really strong legal background, you work with clients from like the legal structure, from the trademark piece of it. So talk a little bit about like how early should a product, like if I have this idea for a product, how early should I come in and come to someone like you to be able to like think about my structure, but think about like the trademark and licensing piece of it?
I honestly would say at the very beginning, you want to, at a minimum, get a consultation.
Mm,
One of the things I do caution new business owners or new product developers is some things you don't want to do too early, right? The thing that no one tells you about the trademark, for example, is that it's not just getting it through the approval process. There's also almost like a renewal process that you have to go through at a certain interval. You have to make sure that you're doing certain things in the marketplace to show that you're still utilizing this mark in commerce. Otherwise, you've done all this,
Right.
you
Or they
still
cutting
open
you.
yourself up. The other thing too is you need to be sure that you see yourself utilizing this long term. Otherwise, it's not really worth the upfront investment. And so to answer your question, this is why having that conversation very early with someone that understands the industry, right? That you're in. And also they understand where the industry is going and where the industry is headed 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and so on and so forth for now, because they can give you better advice on what things may look like moving forward based on some of the projections that they've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, bringing in an expert, and, one of the things I want to shift, a little bit, when we talk about business structure, but also thinking about it from a mindset standpoint, because I think a lot of times, as small businesses, like I don't have a physical product, but you hear about, okay, well, I just want it to be small. I want it to be, work out of my kitchen. I want to have control of it. But like, what is that mindset shift necessary to like say, I'm going literally from my kitchen to a store shelf?
Wow, it's interesting because you have to be able to realize that your product deserves to be in front of the masses in terms of your ideal client, right? Like there are some people that really truly believe that no one can mix this product better than me.
Right.
And so then they will stay in their kitchen, right? They will continue to sell out of the trunk of their car or out of their garage. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not something that's going to be sustainable short term or long term, because guess what? If you get sick, then who's going to mix the items? Who's going to fulfill your customer orders? How's the business going to continue and take care of you? Here's the other thing. When can you ever have freedom from that business because you're doing everything yourself? And so the biggest mindset trap is believing that nobody can do a thing better than you, and that you have to literally do every single thing or else it's not going to be correct. There's just no way to maximize the potential of the brand that way.
Right. And it leads to burnout. It leads to, stress. You end up getting sick. So yeah, what that model is like. So 2019, we're headed into like, we want a 2022 model where we have freedom, we have flexibility in our business. Summer is coming. We want to be able to like, go to the country clubs or take vacations and travel. And if you're stuck in your kitchen tied to your keyboard, it's not going to happen. But business structure and swifting up your mindset a little bit will be able to help that. So pricing, I know that you have the nickname of Mo Money More. So what let's talk about like pricing and money matters and how that relates to being more flexible in our business, but also creating that freedom that we're looking for.
Let me tell you, it's so funny. So one of the things that I always ask my clients, right? And this is whether even when I used to work with primarily service-based clients, I would always say, would you rather have 10,000 people paying you $1 or one person paying you 10,000? Right? And here's the thing, there were people that chose the two different ones. Because the thought process of the person that said they wanted the 10,000 paying $1 was that, well, what if that one client leaves and goes away? Then I don't have anything. But if I lose one client, I have 9,000 others, right? Now that's a perspective. It's not one that I share, nor do I encourage my clients to think that way.
Well,
and let me tell you
honestly,
why.
it's probably rooted based in fear, though, to be honest.
Look, you took the words right out of my mouth, because I was going to say that really comes from a scarcity mindset. Because here's the thing about the one person paying $10,000. Every client, more than likely that they bring you, people, you migrate, right? When it says birds of a feather flock together, they're going to be bringing you $10,000 clients. They're not going to be bringing you $1 clients, right? if you think about it, because this is their peer group, they are going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to utilize Chanel because LaTonya utilized Chanel. So you know LaTonya. So you know if I recommend you somebody and they're telling you, oh, I'm LaTonya's colleague, more than likely it's going to be very close to a LaTonya, right? If that's your ideal client.
And if it's the case where they're not, you tell them right up front, like, look, I don't know what they about to do, but like, I'm just gonna make the call, make the referral, and I'm telling you up front.
Absolutely. And that it's funny because that usually happens with people we know personally. That really rarely happens with a professional colleague that we really know. And I'm very careful about the referral, but like you were saying, in terms of the mindset, it all starts with how do you value your product? How do you value your service? Who is the person that you feel this product or service is made for? And when you start with that in mind, you understand that unfortunately you can't serve everybody. Everybody's not going to buy your product. For our product-based businesses, one of the things I always ask them is, where do you see yourself walking into and seeing your product? If they tell me Walmart, right, versus Trader Joe's, those are totally different clients. Right. If they tell me Macy's versus Saks, that's a totally different type of client. Right. If they tell me, well, I really don't see my product in a retail store, right? I see my product in a hotel chain or in a exotic resort. Two different types of things, right?
Absolutely.
So my point is, you have to first visualize where you feel that your product belongs, right? And then at that point, that's going to tell you your value. The great thing about the product-based businesses is that the market kind of dictates pricing, right? But you know that if something costs you $5, you can't sell it for $6 and still make a profit. It just doesn't work that way. So
you definitely got to do your homework too, because I know that there are some products that are doing that. So yes, you got to do your homework with the pricing.
Yeah, because here's the thing, and the other thing too is you have to understand retail, right? And not just retail, but retail in your industry. You need to know what is the standard markup. In some industries, it's 2 or 3,000%.
Wow.
But if you don't know that, you are just going to charge $1, and you're going to realize, like, oh, okay, so my product is $6, theirs is 72, and it's the same product. What's the problem? The problem is you don't understand your industry. You don't understand things like your raw costs, how to push down your costs, right? But then if you push down your costs, you increase profits without even having to increase your prices. And that's what you want. You want your customer to be able to see consistency across quality and across pricing.
Yeah. And it positions you to be, when you're talking about like long term, when you talked about like those store shelves, it positions you to be in a Saks, to positions you to be in, that high end, Whole Foods or something like that. So thinking about it from that standpoint as well.
Absolutely.
Yep. So let's chat about, so I know that you have a couple ways that you work with clients from and helping them build freedom in their business, their retail business specifically, so that they can get to the store shelves. What are some ways, or how can we like get a hold of you? How can we find you? And I know you got a couple things going on as well, where you're working with clients on a very strategic basis.
Yeah, absolutely. So for clients that are looking at getting to that traditional and non-traditional retail market, we actually do have a coaching program where we do work with them. It's kind of two different ways depending on what, honestly, their time commitment. One is our accelerated process that lasts about 6 weeks. And then we have a full-scale coaching and support program that is a 6-month program where we work with people as well. And so that just kind of depends on how much time you have.
Yeah, now I love that you added both of them, because we're chatting about business structure, but you structured the programs based on what we're talking about, like based on your ideal client, based on how much freedom do you want? Like, are you really trying to consolidate and condense it, or are you in it for the long haul and being able to accelerate that freedom and that flexibility? So LaTonya is one of the amazing speakers that's going to be with me next week, at June 15th at the Freedom is the New Flex Virtual Summit. LaTonya is a legal whiz, but more importantly, she's a business growth strategist, and she specializes in retail and product-based businesses, which I find so fascinating because we hear so much about like business coaches and, you know, the online marketing space, but being able to take a business from the kitchen, literally from the kitchen or their garage or the shed in the backyard to a store shelf, that is tremendous. So I know that I don't want to keep you long, but tell me a little bit about like a client that you work with where you literally kind of took them from point A to point B, because I know you got a few of them, a few stories that you can share.
Yeah, absolutely. One client in particular that we've worked with very recently. There's a couple, but one that I will say most proud of is a client that is just now getting ready to launch their CBD cigars into that different level of a retail market. I'm saying CBD, but it's basically a hemp flower based cigar that looks like a regular cigar smoker. It is a cigar a tobacco cigar that you would smoke, but it is really a premium product that is specifically targeted for the upper echelon and a higher end market that kind of likes that alternative to cigar smoking, right? They like a different type of experience. And so they've done a very good job of connecting through country clubs, through some of the higher end private cigar clubs, things of that nature. And now they are ready to launch in a broader market. So we're very proud of them. They are doing such a great job. We're so happy. We're so happy for them as well. We also have a skincare line that we have worked with that is looking to get not into your regular discount type stores, but they are looking to, and I'm saying looking because it hasn't been confirmed yet, to get more into like the Sephoras and specifically into the cosmetic stores that are a little bit more higher end.
Boutique type.
So we're very excited. Let me just say that we're very,
Awesome.
very excited for them because we definitely think they have a good shot with the few outlets that they're targeting right now.
Awesome. And I love, you know, when you share, you know, some of the clients that you work with, they're not, I mean, you know, with nothing is, it's like skincare, but it's like skincare kicked up a notch. You know, when you tell me about like some of the hair care products you work with, it's like hair care, but kicked up a notch, you know, like hemp cigars, like where you can't find those nowhere. So like really like crafting out, like you said, crafting out and positioning, you know, products for long-term success so that they can build generational wealth for their family and being able to structure themselves for freedom and flexibility in the long term. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So where can we find you online?
Yeah, definitely. So I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I spend a little bit of time on LinkedIn as well. But you can definitely follow me. I am the Legal Proof Maven online. They can go to my website, which is iprotectyourbrand.com.
Love it, love it, love it. And she definitely protects your brand. It helps you structure from a legal standpoint, but also from a structure standpoint, so you can build more business rooted in freedom and flexibility. And she's going to be one of my mindset speakers next week at the Freedom is the New Flex Virtual Summit. I'll make sure you have the link. But LaTonya, I appreciate you for taking time out of your crazy hectic schedule to chat with us, and looking forward to seeing and hearing about these awesome skincare products and the products that you mentioned as well.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.